Hello fans from the Wheelchair Gang, Theories here, and welcome back to a non-face cam video. I can't exactly remember the last time I did one of these, but I felt like just going over something I saw on Reddit in regards to the plot of Series 13 and the episodes that will be composing it. Now obviously, potential spoilers for Series 13 ahead, but also bear in mind that this is just a rumour and could turn out to be completely false and not be the case at all, but this one seems believable enough to the point where I thought it would be interesting to cover. But before we do, if you could just do me a teeny tiny little favour and click that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 10k by the end of the year, and I honestly believe that with your support, we can make it happen. Thanks so much for listening to this message, and let's get into the Reddit post. The following information pertains to both the structure, characters, and story of Doctor Who Series 13. Spoilers ahead. Doctor Who Series 13 will be composed of 6 hour-long episodes, as well as an 80-minute series premiere and finale. This would fit with the norm of this era. I think 60 minutes is a bit longer than our usual. It's normally about 45 to 50 minutes, but that could be something to do with the fact that we're getting less episodes, so therefore they thought, okay, let's bump up the minutes. That seems believable to me, and obviously the opener and finale being longer, that's kind of par for the course with these Doctor Who series. The series itself will follow more of a classic approach, with extended multi-part stories, as it will compose of 4 two-part stories. The series itself will have a stronger focus on Yaz's evolution as a character, adding in Dan to help act as the audience by learning more about her along with the Doctor. Now, I like this because I think a lot of people were concerned when Dan was announced that, oh, Yaz is going to be overshadowed by Dan, she's not going to get any development, and this, if it's correct, which it may or may not be, would suggest that that isn't going to be the case, which is a good thing. The Doctor herself will continue to deal with the Timeless Child reveal and learn more about the truth of both her past and the mysterious Time Lord division. Now, I'm kind of torn on this, because on the one hand, I really don't like the Timeless Child reveal, but on the other hand, I didn't want them to drop it completely either. I don't want it to become like a Moffat story arc, where they set it up and then it just never gets referenced ever again, because it just feels really jarring. So I'm in two minds about it continuing to focus on the Timeless Child. Plus, there's the fact that, like, the Doctor always seems to come to the same conclusion when talking about the Timeless Child, in that she just goes, oh yeah, I don't know whether I think I know who I am, and then everyone around her goes, yeah you do, and then she goes, okay. But if they're going to do something more interesting with it than that, then I'd be, well, at least somewhat cautiously interested to see where they take it. In terms of the story of Series 13, the two-part opener will feature a story of the Sontarans attempting to infiltrate human conflicts throughout history. So this would tie in not only to the Sontaran filming, but also the sort of soldier filming we saw a while before that, studying their battle tactics and unforgiving ferocity mankind can do to itself. This will be used as a way to show the horrors of war and tyranny to the audience, to further push a more mankind united message. Okay, so I really like the idea of the Sontarans going to different battles in history and basically learning them, kind of like what the War Games did, where it has a bunch of people from different time periods so the villains can learn about systems of conflict. I really like that, that's cool. But making it about how terrible mankind is again, I mean, I get it, we suck. Can we, like, not have an episode with that in, please? We've already had it in, like, the form of Orphan 55, Praxius, and a bunch of other ones, so it'd be really nice to have a story that wasn't about how terrible we were as a species. But moving on. Episode 3 and 4 will continue the Zygon incursion storyline. Now this would fit in with, we've seen the Zygon logo on a box in a bit of filming image, which I didn't cover on this channel, but there you go, I have now. However, it will delve more in depth of how the Sontarans have infiltrated the United Kingdom government and are attempting to put in more conservative fascist regime. Okay. The idea of showing a fascist regime in terms of politics, that makes sense for Doctor Who to do, and aliens infiltrating that makes total perfect sense. But does every episode have to be about, like, you know, terrible? I think, especially with the years we've all just gone through, wouldn't it just be nice if we had some stories that were, like, escapism? I don't know. I'm down with the messages, by the way. I'm down with Doctor Who doing stuff like this, but does it have to be, like, so often? And especially in the circumstances that we're in now. Plunging the nation in confusion and chaos, allowing more of their species to infiltrate the country. It will be taking a lot of inspiration from Series 1's World War III story, which is fair enough. That one's quite good, and that would also make sense because Chibnall likes to sort of take multiple elements of stories and sort of blend them together. So if this is like Zygon inversion and World War III snapped together, that makes perfect sense. Episode 5 and 6 will feature the return of the Weeping Angels and will focus on a father who has lost his wife and daughter due to mysterious circumstances. Here, Chibnall will be drawing from his roots in Broadchurch and telling a more murder mystery involving the angels. Okay, that's a good idea. He's doing a murder mystery, which is like what his career is built off in the first place, so that one I have hopes for. However, I was kind of hoping that Maxine Alderton was going to be doing the Weeping Angel story, but I mean, it could still be okay. I mean, at least he's doing something that he knows, so that's something. I'm also going to say I really like the idea of having two parts for stories to breathe, because I feel like so often in this era, things are just sort of wrapped up really quickly and you don't really, it just feels very rushed. So I think having an extra episode to sort of make that process feel a bit more like organic and worthwhile, yeah, I'm down with that idea. And then episodes 7 and 8 will feature the mystery of the Time Lord division as we see the Doctor leave Earth for the only time in the series. Most of you already know that I don't like the idea of this series being set solely on Earth, but that's the way it's going. According to this, anyway. Tracing a signal of Time Lord origin to the planet Khan, so we'll at least get to see the Sisterhood of Khan again, and where Rassilon has taken refuge with the Sisterhood after being banished by the Doctor from Gallifrey. Now this is interesting because I predicted the idea of Rassilon coming back way back in my Timeless Child video essay. I'll play an excerpt from that here.
Idea 2. Have the Timeless Child revelations be planted in the Matrix by Rassilon. At the end of Series 9, we saw that Rassilon was banished from Gallifrey by the Doctor. So what if all the things we've been seeing in the Matrix was a lie placed there by Rassilon as an act of revenge against the Doctor, and by extension the rest of Gallifrey? And the Time Lords we see in Series 12 could be followers of Rassilon who resent the fact the Doctor abandoned them without a leader. This would mean that Rassilon could be the big bad of Series 13, and force 13 to be held accountable for her mistakes.
But obviously it's different context, but it's kind of cool that if that is the case, then I kind of predicted that. Be interesting to see if he's played by the guy in Hellbent, or maybe, you know, a new incarnation, or maybe we'll see, I don't know, maybe we'll see an older incarnation. Rassilon will serve as a key role in unraveling further mysteries about the Timeless Child as well as the Division. The Master will also return, but only in a telepathic sense, as a devil on the shoulder to the Doctor. That's believable, seeing as they did sort of set up their little wiggly-woo telepathic stuff in the Timeless Children. That makes sense. Episode 8 will feature the regeneration of the Doctor, as well as Yaz's departure, allowing for the 14th Doctor and Dan to travel the universe for Series 14. More information about the Ruth Doctor will be given, but will still remain a mystery to be explored for Series 14 in 2022, as well as Series 15 and the 60th in 2023. And that wraps up the basically entire plot breakdown of Series 13, according to this Reddit thread anyway. And my thoughts are, yeah, this is kind of what I expected it to be. I won't lie, there is a couple of things that really disappoint me about this. Mainly, one, the fact that we're only getting one off-world story. That's really worrying to me. But also the fact that, like, a lot of the stories are going to be based in, oh, look how terrible humans are. And as I said, given the year we've all just gone through, do we really think that that's the best thing for, like, the country, nay, the world right now, with how terrible everything's been? It may just be nice to have it be a nice bit of escapism. I like political stories. One of my favourite stories is The Happiness Patrol, for crying out loud, but I just don't know whether it's what we need right now, is what I'm trying to get at. And some of you may be saying, well, what about the Autons? Aren't they meant to be in it? Well, apparently, according to someone in this Reddit thread, that had nothing to do with Doctor Who, it was purely a coincidence. So that would give credence to this Reddit leak being true. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think this is accurate? Do you guys think this will happen? Or do you think it's just a bunch of old waffle? Let me know what you guys think. Leave a like if you enjoyed, leave a comment down below, and I will see you later.